Okay.
I'm on team
You're on team 7. Molly. Okay, you're which player? Here's Claire.
and then I'll take a group with me in the event we need to split up or something.
At 10 a.m., we have an appointment at 9:45, which should last 15 minutes, and whoever is in that appointment, it is what is
My name is Dan Polachowski. I grew up in Wicomico County. I'm a third-year medical student as well, and I want to go into emergency medicine.
You're an old student. Go ahead.
I'm an old student. I brought a number of students to you a year or two ago also. I'm Bruce Gerald. I'm the Executive Vice Dean and from Caroline County.
Support for the School of Medicine in the years past and for your continued support in the future, we hope. And I think each of us probably has a little bit something different that we want to talk about today. But I think unique to us and unique to us being in medical school is that we're all from the Eastern Shore. And I know a couple of us are thinking about going back to the Eastern Shore, and not a lot of our classmates are. Even ones who are not from the Eastern Shore, who don't get exposure to the Eastern Shore or other underserved areas of the state, don't have as much of a desire to go back. And I think that there's a lot of reasons why medical students don't see those areas as desirable in terms of being a doctor there. And I think that one area where the state could work with the medical school would be to expand access to some loan assistance repayment programs to kind of entice people to go to those areas. And that's one of the things that we just wanted to.
Either in one Maryland counties or underserved counties for physicians, expanding that loan forgiveness program. I certainly understand what you're talking about. Anything?
Well, one of the problems we have, at least in Salisbury, is that, and the surrounding areas, is that there's not, in a lot of specialties, like as Casey was speaking, there's not a lot of physicians in that specialty. So that means that if you're going to make a commitment to that sort of career path, you are responsible for a lot of patients, and you're always on call. You know, it consumes more of your life, and there's not you're not able to find as much balance there. So any sort of way that could encourage more physicians and more skilled physicians to go to those areas would be really beneficial, because I think if you change that, then you'd actually encourage more people to go to the rural areas and support it.
At the school, do you get into the conversation about your students going to work for hospitals as compared to going to private practice?
I would say we probably would not get into that discussion. That's more a resident discussion once they've graduated from their MD. Relative to the loan repayment, as you know, there are many different programs and different, it's not just here's your money, but here's your obligation to stay also. To me, it's a multifaceted problem. It's not just I'd like to repay my loan and have it done in 3 or 5 years or whatever. It's also that I'm moving to an environment where I want to stay and practice. So I'm not going there to just pay off my loan. I'm also going there because there's a commitment of the community to embrace me and vice versa. And there's a commitment for the community to develop the specialties that Dan's mentioning so that I'm not on call for OB every night for my patients. So to me, it's a multi-pronged approach. The other approach, which we were talking about before you came in, was one of the things that makes you a happy physician isn't just being compensated and being in a nice community, but it's also having trainees around you, because that's stimulating and it makes you do better. And of course, so another prong to this could be a strategy where the school has a broader reach, if you will. That's not probably the right way to put it, but wouldn't it be wonderful if there were good ways that we could have students in Easton and expose them to that community? From a school point of view, that's a difficult logistical problem. undoubtedly it entails expense, and undoubtedly it entails figuring out which faculty, who would be faculty at Easton, and how we would integrate them into the program. But in the long run, that also could give staying power.
I think, again, just thank you for your support in the past. I remember meeting with you a couple of years ago with Dr. Gerald,
Right.
actually, and having a similar conversation. And I think that it's important that we come back here for you to take the time to meet with us and to hear kind of our ideas and, you know, just...
Do you go to a good school?
Go to a great school.
Well, congratulations, first of all.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming down today. She's the first student in the past 37.
That's a good problem. That we've become so attractive.
So how did your last visit go?
I thought it was really great. We got to speak with the delegates, and they were very friendly, and they had, they cared what we had to say.
Good, good. And how about you?
Well, I really enjoyed my day. This is my first time in Annapolis, and I got to meet a lot of the delegates and talk about some issues, loan assistance repayment, and just general funding for the school, and I thought that it went really well, and they were very receptive to what we had to say.
Yeah, I thought, you know, I was with you for all the day, and I thought you spoke really well and kind of got people's interest and were able to highlight the key points we were supposed to be doing. So.
Yeah. It was canceled. Oh, okay, thanks.